WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We have a gentleman in the studio who is in the studio quite often because he does a lot for this community. And in addition to what you know him for, you also may not know that he was also a sheriff's deputy for many years. He's now retired. He comes into the studio to promote the different things that the Silver Springs Lions Club does to help raise money and also give the rest of us something fun to attend, and there's usually some food involved. Today, Bob Chadwick is in the studio to promote... Where's Robin's microphone?
I'm here.
Bob Chadwick is in the studio to promote the Silver Springs Lions Club 2013 Auto Show fundraising event. It's happening this Saturday at K-Mart. All you have to do is go there, and you will enjoy... I don't know what it is about the environment of these car shows, but they are fun. Maybe it's the people that drive the cars. I don't know exactly. Good morning, Bob. How you doing?
Morning, Larry. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
I feel
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. So this Saturday...
Saturday.
So you just, let's see, you had Christmas one week, then New Year's, and now the car show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like another holiday.
Yeah. It's get the year started.
It's like
fundraising is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Where does the money go? Let's get to the important
The money
question.
goes to for buying eyeglass examinations for people in the area that don't have the money for it,
Right,
and
right.
Also. Some of that money's turned over to the entities throughout the state of Florida for the Lions. If you need an operation, an eye operation that would cost, say, $10,000, something like that, we put that into Florida Lions.
Right.
And if it's approved, they will pick up the bill for the operation. Or
Wow.
they'll recommend someone or something that will do it at a much lower rate.
Now, earlier this morning when I was promoting your appearance today, I said that you take care of the monetary needs of people with eye issues, but I also said hearing aids, etc. Am I right about that, or is that wrong?
Yes, also hearing
Okay.
aids. We collect old hearing aids and that, and we turn them in, and they are gone through. They're processed, and they will either repair them or use parts from them to repair other ones.
Wow.
And these are given out to people that have hearing problems.
That's got to be more tedious than a watchmaker. The parts of a hearing aid, that's tiny.
That's real small stuff.
Have you ever tried to repair a hearing aid?
No, I wouldn't.
I
touch
wouldn't
one.
try.
So going from cars to something tiny like that, I mean, it's a mechanic either way you look at it, but if it's that small, I guess you're considered a technician or something, right?
Well, you have to have the equipment to work on it. First of all, when it's real small like that, you need magnifiers, that you can see what you're doing, small screwdrivers, picks, tweezers,
Yeah.
things like that.
Do you wear eyeglasses? Do you wear a hearing aid? No.
No,
I don't see one.
Not yet.
All those years of shooting a gun, it never got to your ears, huh?
no, I made sure that I had ear protection on, and when I was in the Air Force, I made sure I had the ear protection on.
Oh, well.
And that's one of the great things about the Lions Club, too, because if a family member needs a hearing aid or eyeglasses and other family members come in along with that person that needs it, you could maybe help them not do the wrong things and preserve their hearing for as long as they can.
Correct. We have the Ocala Lions Club has the sight van, which checks your eyesight, also checks hearing, and they check your blood pressure and sugar,
Oh, wow.
sugar diabetes.
So it's like a mini physical.
Right. So, I mean, it picks up a lot of things that, if you just stop in and see the van around and you go in there, you can find out if you have an eye problem or hearing problem,
All right, so now that kind of leads us to the fun part of this conversation, the car show itself. Will the screening test be available there at the car show?
It's made available to them every time we have an event, but it depends on what they have, if they have something previously scheduled,
Oh, okay.
or their membership if they have the staff to
So what do you
handle
do? You just park the van somewhere or the bus somewhere, and then people just get on and say, "Would you check my?" I mean, what is it? Just for eye checks and things like that?
Well, like I say, they check your eyes,
Right.
and then they have, if you want to do the hearing check. They have a booth set up for doing hearing check, and they check your blood pressure, and they check for sugar diabetes. They prick your finger and that. And these people have been trained. It's not just taking any person off the street or out of the club, throwing them. These people are either volunteer to do this, and then they are trained. They have classes they go to and that, so they're trained on how to do it.
How many cars are scheduled to be at the event this Saturday?
At the present time, I only have 3 pre-registries, but that doesn't scare me because
3.
3.
3, and that's not scaring you?
No.
3 cars.
Last year's show, January show, I think I had 4. We had 86 cars show up.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So I believe a lot of it has to do with people just don't want to tie up their money ahead of time, number one, with the economy.
Right.
Number two, especially this time of the year, how cold is it going to be?
Oh, yeah.
What's the weather going to be like? Is it going to be cloudy, rainy?
Probably
going to
be nice.
Cold, whatever. It's supposed to be a nice day Saturday.
We're close enough. It's Wednesday.
So a lot of people will wait and see what the weather looks like. Some of them may decide probably Saturday morning when they get up and they walk outside.
Really?
It's like today.
Now, do you have a mailing list, or is this always a shotgun approach?
We use the from the last 2 shows. We sent out a copy of the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
We just fold it over, tape it, and put a name and address on it, and send it out to the people that have been to the previous shows.
Okay.
And then we put the flyers out and that around.
Okay.
And you've got a wonderful concept here, and you also make sure that there are also extracurricular things going on, like your DJ, like food. You give out trophies and things, so those are on display. Everybody can see. So it's really a hands-on, inclusive type of event.
Right, and it's like I said, you said the trophies are there, and people can come up and see them. We have all the door prizes are all out on the table, so people can see what they can potentially win. The DJ that we use, they're excellent. It's a husband and wife team, and the husband takes care of the DJ work, and the wife does most of the field work out there running around. She handles the 50-50 for us.
Wow.
She knows she's done her own car shows in the southern end of the county, and she knows just about everybody at the shows.
She works the crowd.
And she works the crowd. she helps us out doing the 50-50 and other promotions, things like that.
Wow.
So it's fun. It's just a fun day to walk around, meet a lot of really nice people. You can learn some different ideas if you're working on your own car, doing a little customizing or rebuilding something like that. You can talk to people that actual hands-on.
And that's important, too.
Yes.
The Silver Spring Lions Club Auto Show is this Saturday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the K-Mart parking lot here on East Silver Springs Boulevard. Let's go to the phone, and there's so much more we want to tell you about this. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hey, Ted.
Yes, good morning. How old does the car have to be?
There's no age limit.
There's no age limit.
No, sir.
How old is your car?
Oh, it's a 92. It's not that old.
There you go.
Well,
No,
Would he be in a certain category based on the year?
no.
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 We base them on the appearance of the car, number one. We base it on best Ford, best Chevy, best Oldsmobile.
Oh, okay.
Or, I mean, not Oldsmobile, best Ford, Chevy, and Chrysler, and then
I didn't
foreign
hear
car.
Cadillac in there.
Well, Cadillac would fall under under
Chevrolet.
under the
Ford.
what did I say? It's GM. I'm
GM.
sorry,
GM car.
GM.
Yeah, okay.
Because to try to give a trophy out, then every single
can't do it,
class you
no.
have, you'd have 575 trophies.
Right.
And then you'd have the orphan classes, DeSoto's and the Essex and all that. What about us? We're orphans.
The orphan
So,
classes.
this way we cover, and then we have the 10 best
Thank you.
judges.
So will you be number 4, Ted? You
No,
got
I don't think of it.
No, okay.
Well, you can give it a try. You never know.
Maybe another 10 years down the road.
There you go. There you
right.
go. Another 10
Well,
years.
just come out and take a look at the cars.
Oh, I always do that. I always
See,
come
that's
by.
fun. That's the fun part for us.
Where's it going to be held this year?
At the K-Mart Shopping Center,
Yeah, right.
Highway 40 and 36th Avenue.
Okay,
This Saturday, Ted.
you bet. I'll be there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And one of the other giving things that the Lions Club does is that they provide non-perishable food items to Interfaith, and you're encouraging everyone that comes out to bring a non-perishable food item also.
That's correct. In about the last 2 years, all of our main events, we've done this, and it's proven to be effective. We've helped out Interfaith. Our last train show that we did back in November, we produced enough to give our club 2 good-sized boxes full of canned goods for our adoptive families for Christmas, the 2 families that we
nice.
took on.
Right.
And we took 3 boxes of product to Interfaith.
You know what I always wonder about, and I guess this is a psychology question. I wonder what makes a car attractive. Like Bob, if you and I were taking a walk down the road and we saw a beautiful woman, we'd probably agree. Yes, she's beautiful. But if we
Yes, we would.
saw a car, you might say, "Oh, that's a beautiful car," and I might say, "Oh, I hate that car." I mean, our tastes are so different. Not necessarily you and me, but I mean, as people.
Right. Well, that's what makes the world go around. I mean, what's beautiful to somebody is homely to someone else, but that's... You look at the sales. I mean, the AMC Pacer was considered one of the homeliest cars on the road.
Right.
They called it an upside-down bathtub and everything else.
Right.
Yet, the thing is,
Upside down bathtub.
and this goes part of what they were saying to be somewhat true, where are they today? They didn't last that long, but if you can find one in decent shape, you're going to pay through the nose for it.
Oh, really?
Because...
Well, see, when you say they're judged on the like all Fords, is it fair to put a Mustang up against the F-150? I mean, isn't that unfair?
Oh, that's a good question.
Not really.
Really?
Because it depends on the amount of work that went into the car or the truck.
Okay. It just seems like
And again, the appeal.
a Mustang just seems so much prettier. Which
I mean,
is my point.
let's face it. You put a Mustang club or a Corvette club. You got all Corvettes. You got all Mustangs. How do you judge it?
Oh, that's right. They're all the
You
same.
judge it by right. How do you judge it?
Yeah, but that
you
makes
judge
sense.
it by the paint job, number one, first appearance. Then you look at, when you get to that, you start looking at the body work, how straight are the lines, how well are the doors set, and the hoods.
Yeah, but couldn't
and the
you do
trunks
that
and all
anyway? Okay, I got you. But it's almost like saying you could take Miss America and Mrs. America and have them compete.
You could.
Well, I've seen some Mrs. America that could beat the Miss Americas hands down. So I
That's
mean,
right.
that's
Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, would you guys be having a rain date, or do you go rain or shine on that event?
it's rain or shine.
Okay, and will you be collecting glasses this time again?
If you have some glasses, bring them there. We'll take them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? It just occurred to me that I have some glasses I can donate.
There you go.
I'm going.
Oh, nice.
My parents are both gone, and so I've been going through their house, trying to get rid of things, and I've been finding glasses, so I can bring you some eyeglasses.
That'll all help.
Somebody somewhere will benefit from them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of that, so I got to get over there Friday
Friday.
so I can bring them to them on Saturday, or I can go
Yes.
Saturday morning.
Right.
I can get over to their house Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm on the air. I'm planning my Saturday.
There you go.
I shouldn't do that. All right, so the auto show is this Saturday. Now, it is how much? The money that you raise from this basically comes from the people who show the cars, right?
Correct. We do have some sponsors that help us with the trophies and
Okay.
some of the other expenses.
But if I just
advertisements
show
and
up to look at the cars, the
stuff.
only way
There's no charge for people to walk in and walk around and look at the cars.
but the only way I can help and kind of pay back for this nice event that you've offered for free is to buy food or something, right? Doesn't the
Well, either to buy food or to we'll have raffles going by the 50-50
Okay,
to buy
okay.
food, and if you just want to make a donation, I mean,
Okay.
just
But I'm guessing most people probably walk and look at the cars, maybe buy a food item, and buying that food item is how the average spectator, the average attendant, the average person who attends, that's how
Right.
they give back to what you're trying to do. But
yes,
the
to
bulk
some
of the money
degree,
comes from
and
the
then-
car owners.
And also, too, we have it open to the public for the best in show.
Now, why does it say
they
no?
can vote
okay.
on that.
Why does this, Bob? Why does it say no radios on here? I can't be.
Or boom
Well,
boxes.
no radios and boom boxes because
I'm teasing.
we have a DJ
Yeah,
and he plays music. So I mean, you don't need
I'm just
competition.
pretending I'm
and that.
offended.
That's right.
Right.
Because we're in radio.
Well, as long as you're pretending.
I understand. So it's $20 right now if you wanted to enter your car, right?
Correct.
Wow, if you did it before December 15th, it would have only been $15.
Yeah, but that $5 increase is kind of moot because it all goes to a great cause. So that extra $5 isn't going to make or break a person, I don't think.
Well, that plus the fact that if you get the pre registrations, you can get yourself set up ahead of time.
Oh, with a
You know,
spot.
if you have 25, 30, or 50, or, which would be fantastic. I mean, I'd go through the roof if I got that many on one show.
Bob, I have a question.
But you get them set up ahead of time, and you're ready to rock and roll when you get there. But
You do this all the time, right?
yes,
Is there somebody who shows up all the time that you stay away from because they're going to talk your ear off about motors or something? Is there somebody who you say, oh boy, I got to go do something?
not really, not really. I mean, let's face it. All of us, if you get us on a point of interest that we're interested in, we'll sit and talk your ear off.
There you go. That's
I
true.
mean, I can talk to you about trains and cars and whatever else. I mean, but
How far back does the car show go? I know the train show started with you. You were actually the guy who started the train show.
I started the train show back in 1996.
So how far back does the car show
Well,
go?
our car show goes back 2 years ago.
Just 2? Oh, wow.
Well, I did it before 3 years before that with the FOP.
Okay.
I started the FOP show.
Right, I remember that.
Then I started.
And the fascinating thing about that was you had emergency vehicles in those shows.
no,
didn't-
that was the other. That was a sheriff show,
Oh, okay.
and they did have an emergency vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Fire rescue put one on.
So do you have any specialty vehicles that show up for this? For example, in the Christmas parade, there was the Monkey Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Do any of those kind of cars show up
Oh,
for
yeah.
this event?
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
He's been to our last 2 January shows. The show in October. Unfortunately, the Ocala Club sent him to Williston with the Vision Band.
Oh,
And he
okay.
didn't have the chance to get
Oh,
to
I
the show.
gotcha, I
But yes, the Monkey Mobile will more than likely be there.
No, the Monkey Mobile looks in pristine condition. It looks perfect from what we saw in the parade. Is that an actual chassis from another car? It looks so long. It looked like they did something different to it.
Well, it's been stretched a little bit, but it's basically a Pontiac chassis and
Oh, okay.
body.
Okay.
Now, when you were talking about looking at the lines and looking at the paint job and things like that, you can really tell if it was professionally done or somebody did it on their own with the pinstriping and everything
Right,
like
and
that.
something else when you get and we're, I mean the gentleman that I have doing the judging for us, and matter of fact, I have to stop and talk to another gentleman about helping him out at this next show today, but he's worked on cars all his life, and he's built cars from the ground up.
Wow.
And he's been to shows, he's had cars in shows, he knows what to look for and whatever. And again, you can have 10 people and everybody 10 people judging, and each judge has his own specific little quirks about what they're looking for.
Oh.
And one of the things to take into consideration when judging is we had a car last year. It was customized. It was rough. You could tell that it was, somebody doing it on their own, in their own garage. There was no, real top-notch professional people working on it, but the guy was working on it. His concept looked good. It was a little rough and it was unfinished, but the idea was there. The spirit was there.
Right.
And that's how, when I talked to my buddy about it, and he says, yeah, I'm going to take him into consideration.
Oh, wow. So
because it's the intent and the workmanship, whether it's top notch or not, just the idea that you took the time to sit there and design this and come out with, and he had a good looking design.
Is everything considered? The interior, the underside of the car, the engine? Is the trunk
considered,
even?
At our show, it's not critical. I mean, let's face it. If you had a beautiful looking car and then you open the hood, and I've heard this, there was a story about this one car that was completely restored and everything else.
Right.
Looked gorgeous. They brought it in on a trailer, put it down, and had show and won best in show and all this. You open the hood and the whole engine compartment was solid rust.
Oh, no.
The engine wouldn't run.
Oh.
It
The
wouldn't
guy
run.
spent money on painting the car and fixing the body and everything else, the interior, and it was an old Model T, and it looked gorgeous.
And it wouldn't
But it
work.
wouldn't run.
Oh,
so,
no.
I mean, that to me is like, that's, okay, you started it, but then you quit, or you just,
Right.
the concept is, if you're going to work in a car, you work in a car to make it, when it's done,
So
It runs.
it runs and it looks good.
So did anybody regret giving that guy the award?
I don't know. I mean, this was years back, but show up north, but there were a lot of people in the show that balked about that. Because,
I would imagine.
you
Yeah.
know, hey, wait a minute. I drove my car here.
Yeah.
You know, this came in on a trailer, and I have no problem with people bringing cars in on trailers. We have a few cars that come in on trailer, but they're T-bucket roastered. You know.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, you know, 427 blown and fuel injected. You know, 24-inch wide slicks on the back. You're not going to run it down the road too fast. You know.
Now, what about accessories? Does that add to a car, like special lights or something like
Fuzzy
that?
dice.
Fuzzy dice.
Fuzzy dice. With the little doggy in the back and the head going up.
That's
and down.
right. That's right.
It adds. It depends on. Again, it depends on what you're doing. If you were doing like a typical 50s, a street car from the 50s, 55 Chevy or a 56 Ford or something like that, and you got the dice on and the doggy in the back and the stuff, the pom pom around the back window and that, the Continental kits and the bubble skirts.
And you and the missus are dressed
I mean-
like from the 50s. Like she's got the poodle skirt.
Well,
Does
that would just tie it off. I mean,
does that
but
ever add to somebody getting a point or two? Or
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
It does.
Good morning. You're on the air with Bob Chadwick.
Good morning. To plagiarize a recent politician, well, fairly recent, a beautiful car that will not start and run is lipstick on a pig.
Correct.
There you go. There you go.
Well, this has got to be extremely exciting for you, Bob, because you must see vehicles that you have never seen before. There must be something unique about something that all of a sudden you discovered brand new.
There's always something at every show. You know, how many times do you see a 54 bet?
Oh, okay.
I've never seen a 53. That was first year for him, but I saw a 54, and they're almost identical.
My brother is a 57 vet. Mm-hmm. Oh, he doesn't own one. He is one.
Oh,
He was born in 1957 and is a veterinarian. And I have another brother who's a veteran, so he would be a 51 vet.
51 bet.
There you go. But that is pretty
I
outstanding.
was thinking, you at the last time I was on your show, you asked me what my favorite car was, and at that time, I couldn't think of any. But realistically, if it comes down to it, most favorite car would be a 1940 Ford Coupe.
1940
Ford
Coupe. No, well, I have to look that up. Why?
I just like the lines of the car, and
Well, see, now
They're
this
just-
goes back
it's
to the
just sharp.
psychology question. What makes something attractive to us? I mean, I guess if
It's-
it's a human being, it's God put that in us. You know, as far as why
right.
we.
The beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So therefore, you know, again, what looks good to me may not be appealing to you, but I just like the lines of the cars. You know, whether it be in stock condition, or customized a little bit. And I don't mean a radical customizing, but you know, lowered, nice paint job, and
Well, for me,
and that.
beauty lies in the sound of the engine. In other words,
Well,
if it
that's-
starts, it's a beautiful thing. if it takes me where I'm going, I'm fine with it. Always good to see you, Bob. You are an amazing guy. You never stop. The auto show is this coming Saturday. 9 o'clock is when it begins. It wraps up at 3. If you have a car that you'd like to enter, it'll cost you $20, but you'll be entering a great opportunity to help out people who need eyeglasses, eye surgery, hearing aids. Plus, if you're just going, you'll be treated to the talent of a disc jockey. You'll get a goodie bag. I'm not sure what's in it. There's a concession stand, so buy some food and help out the cause. Door prizes will also be offered, and there's a 50-50 drawing, so take part in a little tiny lottery of sorts, although maybe I'm not allowed to say that word lottery. But anyway.
And bring non-perishable food items for interfaith.
Oh, that's right. Bring food item, canned foods for interfaith. 9 o'clock this Saturday at the K-Mart on East Silver Springs Boulevard, the only K-Mart left in Ocala.
I think so.
That is.
The Silver Springs Lions Club. Bob Chadwick, always good to see you. Thank you for what you do for all
Good
of us
to
and
see
for
you,
coming
Larry.
in to share it with our listeners.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
We will take a little break and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
By now, you know about the best fine dining Italian restaurant in Ocala, Messa di Notte. You already know that they have the best Italian cuisine made from scratch with only the fresh...